you might be able to see that it does drop ahead of me, that road ahead. That's what I'm mindful of. And it's very gravelly again. Back into first. So you can see, look, where it's sandy underneath this gravel as well. So not great. So take a look at this. You'll see that this is a river, and how shallow it currently is. The rains haven't come yet. I did mention earlier that we're in autumn, and if I didn't mention it earlier, then we're in autumn. And look at the rubbish down there, if you can see, cans, plastic bottles. So people come here, maybe enjoy the scenery, and don't take their litter with them, the rubbish. And that's where I've come from. This is the other side of the river, with the engine cooling down on the old Yamaha. So it's quite a scenic area. It just is in the sticks. It's in the middle of nowhere, as people say. Come on, get going. So the engine, the temperature now is 86 degrees, so at least that's cooling down. You can get drawn into these tyre tracks. It's also quite hypnotic, so when you're looking ahead and you're trying to go in a tyre track to try and get some traction, and then that tyre track just starts wandering off somewhere else. A bit of a worry. So I'm actually beginning to enjoy this ride now. Oh, there we go, look. A car, traffic on the road. So somebody does use it. Oh, dusty. Again, if this road was more frequently used, there would be more of a bedding in of that gravel. But I suppose after time, when the wind blows and it disturbs it all, then you get this whole layer of loose gravel everywhere. Which again, in a car, it's not that bad. On a motorcycle, it's a little bit tricky. But yeah, surprised I actually saw a car out. But yeah, enjoying the ride now. I was going to look to see how long I've been on the road. So I left my house at 11:30 this morning. It's now 11 minutes past 2. So what's that, 2 hours and 41 minutes. That seems to be quite a long time actually that I've been away from home. It is for one of my biker videos anyhow. I normally go around about an hour's ride out, wherever we are, do some footage, and then a 1 hour ride back. But when you're on your own, I suppose time passes by a little bit slower, and especially being out on my own out here and feeling vulnerable, as previously mentioned, I felt a little bit on edge. But now, actually, yeah, feeling more at ease. Plus I'm going up a hill which is quite flat in the gravel, so making decent ground up here. See, I came down this earlier and it was a bit nerve-wracking because it is quite steep. Like now it's at the steepest point here as well, where it's a little bit gravelly. Anyhow, I think I've coped with that. Well, something very different for the channel in a way. I've come out further. It's debatable, but I'd say I've come slightly off-road. It's been a bit of an adventure. We've had a bit of drama. What was that? Only joking. Nothing to see. -105 on the bike, engine temperature, engine fan on. So in a way, the bike has been stressed as well. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily go down on a ride somewhere, say 12 kilometers in second gear only, would you? But that's predominantly what I've done along here. One thing I do dislike on the MT-07 is the countless false neutrals, as in I'm in first, I tap it up to go into second and it just drops into neutral. Countless times that's happened. So yeah, one negative. Maybe it's my bike, but that's one negative for me, for my opinion, on the MT-07. Apart from that, awesome bike. But yeah, the bike, it's nicely balanced, nicely weighted. It's not a heavy bike really. Catherine, she handles a bike reasonably well, and you've seen her if you've seen the videos where she's quite slender. She's not short, she's not tall, average height for a female I suppose, maybe a little bit taller, and she manages the bike very well. So I'm glad I didn't take her here today though, because this would have been hassle. Again, if I've been feeling a little bit anxious with it, I would have thought Catherine would have been. So I'm glad, Catherine, you didn't come on this ride. Alright, so I've got 4.7 kilometers to go to Chittering Valley Road. Now, I think that road, I think that's one of the tarmac road or asphalt. And so, hopefully, it is. I've just done about, I don't know how many k's then. I've had a really good run. Like I say, my confidence has improved on this way back. It doesn't feel as daunting for some reason. Again, it's just experience, I suppose. It's an amazing thing, isn't it, confidence? No, this isn't where I'm going to drop the bike. And I'm being Mr. ill-prepared today. Having this backpack on me, which I pretty much have not needed. So all that additional weight I've lugged around on my back. Luckily it sits on the rear of the bike as well, you know, the pillion seat, so that's been okay. So it hasn't been on my back entirely, but I haven't made use of it by, let's get off this bit, bringing some water with me. So I could do with a drink now. I'm 1 hour and 8 minutes away from home. This is, look at this here. I'm going to roll back here. Look at this. Let me just put it into neutral so I can move my hand out of the way. So, can you see that? That's a dead kangaroo. Obviously been there for quite a time and been stripped back. All the flies and ants are on there. The GoPro may not pick it up, but there seems to be thousands of maggots towards the back end, towards the tail end, where there's an open area, and in the middle it's all black. Maybe that's the intestines, maybe. And that's what's left of a kangaroo. Can you see the front, the skull, the claw? So Joey there, unluckily, possibly got hit by a passing car and got killed. But that's nature, I suppose. He's provided food for countless creatures as well now. So the circle of life, as they say. No whatsoever that I was going to be coming onto this gravelly road. I assumed that it was all tarmacked country roads. Hey, up a car coming along. Traffic. How do? And yeah, I wasn't aware that I would be going on these type of roads. Again, any sat nav would be nice if it put a warning up saying, are you aware that these roads are unpaved, not tarmacked? That way then you could detour and say only pick main roads if that's available. I know you can avoid freeways, which I generally do, but it'd be nice to avoid dirt roads. So it's just got a little bit dicey again along here, thick again. It changes so much. Just when you get confidence and think, oh, it's thinned out, you start hitting this ribbed, gravelly area, which gets you concentrating a lot more. At least it's a wide road, because can you imagine it if this was only like a one-track road and you had traffic behind you? I'd be forever pulling up, letting traffic past. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit of a ND we go. Lovely. I'm stuck on this now until I get out of this and can move over to the left, which is now. Yeah, so it only has to be maybe 2 or 3 inches in height, this gravel, and that's when you can get trouble. That's when you can have issues. So, not out of the woods yet, literally. 1 hour and 5 minutes until I get home, and 2.2 kilometres to Chittering Valley Road. And I think that's where I'll be most content to see. It's been beautiful to have a look around here and experience, I suppose. It's all experience, isn't it, this tricky road? But I'll be glad when I get off it. Oh, hi. Alright, so it's going to drop ahead of me again here, and just back off into first, not false neutral, and just slow up a little bit. Nice walking pace, ready to get my feet down if need be. on the back pedal, back brake, just kissing it, and just go nice and steady over these bumps. Okay, and hopefully this is the last stretch, which is hilly, because I think I must be very close to the roadside once I get down this bit. But yeah, I think I had two places which I didn't like, one coming up here and then one that I've passed which was coming down or going up, I can't remember now. Back end, Len, back end. I was just getting a little bit, which I'm still a bit now, I was braking a bit too much. You know when you tense up a little bit, I was actually hitting that back brake a bit too hard. Come on, get the right braking. That's it. So yeah, I was hitting the back brake a bit too firmly there, so it's just started to skid a little bit. Oh well, 1.7 kilometers to go. A bit different to clock watching, that, isn't it? I'm actually kilometre watching. Ooh, don't like the look of this. Let's just touch on. That's it, back, just engine brake a little bit. That's it. That's it. So I'm just coming down in first and just touching on the brakes. So I'm letting the bike brake rather than me hitting the brakes. Well, not so much hitting the brakes, but braking. Alright, I think that is hopefully now the worst of that endurance over. 1.4 kilometers to go. I'm so ready to get back onto tarmac. The road ahead is dropping away again, so into first, let the bike brake. Okay, and just dab on the brakes, just easy. That's it. I do remember seeing this sign, or one of these signs saying 30 kilometers per hour for this bend, and I was saying, are you having a laugh? And I think I was very early into this road, so I obviously aren't very far anyhow, because it looks familiar and the sat nav is saying 1.1 kilometers to go. My left hand though, left arm, because you're on and I'm being pushed forward by this bag as well. I've been pressing against the handlebars, so that's felt quite uncomfortable on the wrists as well, and on the forearms. So note to self, yes, bring a backpack if you choose to bring your drone and your camera, but double check that there's no other crap left in there that you don't need, especially stuff that is exceedingly heavy. That lens I pointed out earlier, I think it's about 2.5 kilograms, 2.5 kilograms. It's well heavy. So lugging that thing around for no reason whatsoever, I could have done without that. 500 meters to Chittering Valley Road. Yes. And even then, it's about an hour to get home, I reckon. Look at this. Let's not fall the last hurdle, any lad. Just take it nice and easy. Yes. Hallelujah. I'm so relieved to be on terra firma, asphalt, tarmac, locality of Lower Chittering. Okay, the helmet's visor's going down now. Oh, does that feel so much better? And the audio probably sounds so much better as well. Oh yes, I do remember this bridge. Oh, bridge, where have you been? I'm turning left here. Did I come the other way earlier? Did I turn down and left into this bridge? Anyhow, whatever. I'm just happy to be on tarmac. I don't care where it is. Woohoo! Look at these breakneck speeds. 50 kilometers an hour. Gee. Who'd have thought? But seriously though, what an awesome invention tarmac, asphalt was. Where in the old horse and cart days, where it would have been all gravelly and dirt and muddy. I was going to take a photograph of that, but never mind. So then putting something like this down for modern day motor cars, of course, and look how quickly you can get somewhere, especially on two wheels. Granted, it's not the best of conditions, but I'm taking it. Now there was that tractor I do have in the back of my mind to go and have a photograph there, so I tried to mentally remember where it was, which probably means nothing. And if I go there and it looks familiar to where I think that tractor is, I will stop and take some photographs. And at least lugging this backpack around would have been worthwhile. Maybe 61 kilometers an hour. I think I'm getting a little bit fatigued actually. And let's just have a look at 80 degrees on the engine. That's good. 26 degrees now outside temperature, as in environmental temperature. 2:38, 1 hour to go. Emu just gone by there. I don't know if the actual GoPro picked up any of that. I didn't see it till late. Maybe this did, maybe the camera did see it. I saw it late. I was looking at the monitor here, which was telling me it's 1 hour to go to a destination of home. And yeah, emu. So there you go. Just to prove that I am in Western Australia, not in some random place claiming to be in Western Australia. Beautiful vines on the left. Lovely colours. Oh yes, feels so much better now on tarmac. But then again, look at that. If I was actually travelling overly fast, I mean I should be travelling what's the speed along here, I don't know. Probably open, so maybe 90, at least 90 kilometers an hour. I'm only going 60, and I don't know whether that emu passed across the road or not, but just goes to show that it doesn't matter where you are on the road, that anything at any time can cross out ahead of you. So that's why I always prefer to ride slower than the given speed, really. Oh, this is so much more enjoyable. So it must be at least 90 along here, because we have to go down to at least 80 to drive slowly for road works or bridge work ahead. no traffic behind, nothing ahead. It's actually quite a decent road this now, so I'm enjoying it. Actually, I'm thinking I didn't notice this before. Well, of course I didn't, because oh look, more red track. Because I'm coming back a different way. Okay, left here, is it? No instructions. Okay, yeah. I've not heard anything. I didn't hear any turn left, but the road is blue on the sat nav. I've been hearing weird noises. What's that noise? Oh, don't say I've got a puncture. Please don't say I've got a puncture. Please don't say I've got a puncture. Please do not say I've got a puncture. It didn't feel like it was like room, you know, moving around. Oh, don't say I've got a puncture. Well, that's solid. That's solid. Okay, I'll just check my backpack. Just make sure nothing's coming loose on that. Okay, so nothing on towards there. Maybe it's just the surface, the gravel popping up. You know, it's not quite been fully tarmacked yet. It's obviously had road works on it. So maybe it's just a few things popping up, but I don't know, it just sounded a bit weird. Bike looks okay, chain's filthy. Wheels filthy. Okay. The ride that never ends. Nothing at the front there. Weird. Yeah, I just think it's all the gravel what's kicking up underneath the bike, making weird sounds. Hopefully back to normality. What a beautiful area. So I had no breakfast this morning and then set off, and actually got a Snickers bar from the petrol station, and I've eaten that, and I actually did buy a secondary piece of confectionery, being a cherry ripe. A cherry ripe is some cherry mixture with a coating of chocolate over it. I've always liked cherries, so I do enjoy a cherry ripe as well, and I'll have that when I get home with a cup of tea, and I will actually share it with Catherine. It's one of those 2-bar ones, so Catherine, you're in for a treat with the old cherry ripe. Bit of traffic behind. I don't even know what the road speed is along here now. That's another thing with the Aussie roads. Road markings, especially speed signs. You have to guess what speed you need to go at, because they're not they're not sighted or placed consistently enough. Now that car's beggared off elsewhere behind now, so I'll just drop back a bit. So yeah, I don't know what speed I'm supposed to be at. Again, I can only assume around the 80 or 90 mark. Oh look, some speed signs, 90. I'm only doing 66. Now then, I think once we came along here, and on the left was an old tractor before too long. I seem to remember coming down this way. No, I didn't, did I? I've turned off. I will not see the tractor. Gee. You know when I said I'm feeling a little bit fatigued? So I just want to get home now. "54 minutes till I get home, and I turn off in 12 kilometers. Just gonna take a photograph of that truck back there. Not sure what suburb this is. Answers on a postcard. Alright, well that's the great adventure of going to Moondyne. That wasn't Moondyne, somewhere in Moondyne. I really appreciate you sticking with me and sticking with the video if you got this far. I take my hat off to you, so well done, and please tune in for the next episode. For those who haven't subscribed, if you're thinking of doing so, please do. It will be much appreciated. For those who have already subscribed, thank you very much for your support. Alright, so enjoy yourselves, whatever you get up to. Take care, and bye for now.